And ladies and gentlemen, we shall find out the mystery today as the first game of the Royal Derby draft begins. Are you ready? It's time to like, subscribe, and turn the bell to all notification bells. Here we go.
Oh, this is going to be a big one here. RRQ on the blue side. First pick. Bans coming out very fast. Faramis, Fanny, and also the carry taken away. Onic Esports opting to go for the 1-1 and the Joy. Now, an option to ban is either the Kaja or the Glue. Do they want to let these two heroes go? Nope, they banned the Glue. Wanting to give the Kaja over to RRQ.
Okay, let's try to read the draft because from RRQ, the bans that they have here, Fanny, as well as Carry, this shows that their backline is going to be relatively squishy and they want to have a very tanky front line. Having the Faramis kind of shows that they don't want to be lumped up, but looks like it has been read. Hayabusa here being picked up rather early alongside the Hilda, so not a lot of counters early in the jungle.
And Hayabusa is a really good pick. You know, it's
Especially
taking out
from Kairi.
Especially from Kairi,
yeah.
and you have the Hilda to compensate that right in the early game to help with the Hayabusa early game farm to get a lot of vision. And on top of that, Hilda can actually go to her jungle, you know, just trade a lot of HP to get you low. So what do you think about this combo so far? And RRQ gonna take out Beatrix and Fredrin.
I think it's a solid choice here for RRQ, noticing again that the Hilda has been taken away from them. A hero that usually Vin plays to, again, negate or shut that assassin down from the get-go. They go for a Fredrin here, which is a very solid flex pick in the jungle in the XP lane. RQ can utilize this to play around in the second phase, and for the Beatrix, just securing a comfort hero for Skylar here. Also forcing Onic Esports to maybe put some emphasis in the gold lane now that the Beatrix has been picked up.
Now, speaking of Beatrix here, let's take a look at a quote from Bong Chan. It looks like there is a possibility that Indonesia will go to the grand final, so they need to be more focused. The advantage of being in the lower bracket allows them to learn many things. What are the many things that I think they learn?
Okay, so every single losses, they know that
What's
this hero works or not. Okay, stop it, Mirko.
Hey,
I
in
love
M4,
you. I love you, but stop it, man.
Ravel,
What?
in M4,
What?
L doesn't mean loss.
L means Lafel. That is
No,
correct.
no, it means learn.
Now, okay, going into the draft, I already forgot the question, but I too want to see Indonesia in the grand finals, man. We gotta see both going head to head. But okay, Lilia being picked up, a lot of lane control. This is very good because just in case the Hayabusa does not do well in the early stage of the game, it gives time for Kairi to find angles, and it also gives time to whoever their gold laner is to scale up. So right now, based on the draft from Onic, they are preparing for the worst, but they're also setting up for the best.
Absolutely, their team synergy is already showing, right? You got early game protection come from Hilda and Lilia, and you get the gank, the flank from the Hayabusa played by Kairi. So, I mean, Miracle, walk me through the draft. Walk me through the ban right here. What do you think RRQ should do next?
Well, for RRQ, right now they have a solid front-to-back composition built for themselves. I think getting some more backline threats away from them would be great, right? They've already banned the Yuzong here. They might actually be able to go for maybe the Claude ban here. If they want to give the Beatrix as much time as possible to actually scale up to get to the point where this Beatrix can start to deal damage, which is that item power spike, then RRQ might need to ban a few gold lane matchups. For Onic Esports though, it's very clear what they're doing right here. They want to shut... Hey, called it. Hey, they want to shut Vin down. Franco, Grok, right? If Vin doesn't get the comfort hero, and remember, we said this earlier, if Vin doesn't perform, RRQ doesn't perform.
Now looking at the draft, because they, okay, look at this, right? Onic, they have the Hilda, they have the Lilia. Does this smell like an early invade? Because again, Lilia, level 1, I'm already strong.
Yep.
Hilda, I just exist and I'm strong. They're gonna dive in, but diving into the Fredrin, is it a good idea to do that? For them to really execute as well? I'm looking at the EXP lane. What is a very oppressive EXP lane so that they can push 3 people in?
You see, the thing about second pick is you can save the EXP lane for the last pick, right? As a counter pick right now. And here we go. We're actually going to go with the gold lane first, which is going to be the Harry.
Like you said, save the EXP lane for later so that he knows what he's really going up against. Because, like you said, Mirko, Fredrin can be flex. Could be EXP.
True.
Could be jungle. Did you know, is it not local to call him Fredrin?
It's pretty local, man, because Frederick's on the desk, not in the game. But hey, RRQ now. They gotta stay focused here, right? Do they want to go for a roll? Whoa, it's a Paquito and a Kaja pick. But Onic Esports here, honestly, looking at the Kaja and the Paquito, earlier I was thinking about, you know, what hero can Boots really play? I was expecting something like the Lapu, but now that the Kaja's been picked up, you might want to go for something like a Benedetta, a bit more room to play with. Then you have that eye for an eye as well that can, you know, really stop a lot of the CC coming in from the side of RRQ.
Because right now, I think Paquito might be the jungler, right?
Yeah.
Now, if Paquito is a jungler, doesn't have a little bit more early game damage, early game rotation. What are y'all thinking here?
I'm looking at the screen and I don't see any of our... Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Well,
Now
like we
show it.
said, right?
Now
Like we
show
said.
it.
Okay,
Whoa.
looking at the draft.
Whoa.
RRQ, they got a pretty beefy front line. They could force fights, but okay, so it looks like Albert will be using Fredrin in the jungle. So this is going to be a more tankier build for the Paquito, but going back to my point, this might be a game where we could see a very early first blood, especially if Onic wins the EXP lane. I kind of feel like that's the go sign. It's like, yo, I'm doing good, let's go in.
Yeah, and also this is looking like Team Hawk style, right? What is going on? Are we going to have a really early invade? Is Masha going to give up the first lane and just run to her jungle and try to, you know, mess around in your head a little bit? I mean, what is going on here?
It's more like Todak, right?
Right,
What Todak did
Todak.
to Onic
Longar,
in the group stage. Remember how they beat Onic Esports?
Yep.
Going into the jungle?
I remember.
Yeah, I remember that too. It wasn't a fun day for me. The Hilda and the Masha just constantly being in the enemy jungle, forcing those engages and invades.
Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Roll Derby Game 1 as we come to the land of Dawn. Are you ready? Here we go.
I'm ready.
I am ready too. Now I'm ready to see what kind of rotations will they go for, because again, I'm looking at Onic. I kind of want to see them go as aggressive as they can, especially once Kyrie gets level 4. I want to see how he can really impact the lanes.
Huh, you're right. But early on already, you can already see Keyboy in the enemy jungle, putting some more pressure down. Even though Fredrin's not there yet, Albert's going to take some time, but this is why I really like this matchup. Lilia versus Yve in the mid lane for the Lilia. It's because in terms of poke, in terms of wave clear, Sana's going to have a better time early on.
Here comes Lilia. You see, the thing about Keyboy is because he has the shield with the bush, right? He can just go in, trade HP for free, and then when Hayabusa gets the early game farm, gets a level 4, it's massacre time, it's assassination time.
Yeah, right now I'm actually looking at all the lanes. Keyboy is being very aggressive, but looking at the EXP, it looks like Boots hasn't gotten any kind of advantage going up against R7, and that's kind of like stopping a little bit on their aggression. So is Keyboy just going in, just seeing where Albert is, and just giving information, not really trying to slow him down that much.
Yep, just a little bit of trade on HP, but Skylar is already low though. Hayabusa is on the bottom side, he's looking for something. Again, when we have Assassin in the jungle, I feel like trading on the sideline is always going to be a lose for you, right? Because then Hayabusa can just come in and harvest the kill.
You're right, especially with the high and dry, he is going to actually opt to go for the XP lane a bit more, and maybe perhaps the mid lane. But in the gold lane, you can really see a little bit of a skirmish here. CW, Skylar, Vin, and Keyboy just going at it. But obviously when it comes to trades, Harith has the better time.
Yeah, looking at all the trades, I'm also looking at Turtle. Turtle will spawn very, very soon. Onic, the way that they're drafting, I want to see how Keyboy as well as Sans is going to like make sure everyone is separated, giving time for Kyrie to actually engage the limb. Because right now, looking at Keyboy as well as Sans, they're pushing everyone away. This is what I want to see. But R7, will he try to contest this?
These winning lanes, man. Keyboy in the midst of it all here, already invading, buying a lot of time and dealing a lot of damage onto Albert. Kyrie able to take the Turtle down. Vin with the Divine Judgment earlier on, not really going to be able to find much. That's just one on the board for Onic Esports, and Keyboy is still looking to just invade, being a nuisance in the enemy jungle.
I feel like Onic definitely started off on a really good note, right? They played really aggressive. You can see Keyboy was on Fredrin the whole time. Make sure he didn't even get close to Turtle for the contest. And what a great opening from Onic here. What aggressive opening.
Yes, it is a very aggressive opening, but I kind of want to see more. Looking at the items right now, the Hayabusa, I feel like he's just waiting. Okay, now he has the Fury Hammer as well as his attack speed boost. So if he wants to go in, it's still not enough damage. So I kind of feel like the side lanes, they really got to set something up. And Onic, for now, it looks like they're just focusing on farming. So they're looking at the big, and never mind, R7 goes down.
This is the problem with going for a Paquito, a hero that you can kind of say is off meta, right? But technically the Masha is too.
Look at Masha just crawling the gold plate. and it's all gone like that. I mean, that's so much gold for Masha right now. I want to see how much farm he has compared to Paquito at this point on R7. Oh, here we go. Look at Keyboy. It's being a nuisance, right?
It's so annoying.
It is annoying. You're annoying. But
hey,
right now, up top, CW is taking a lot of damage.
Very low. Pops the Savant Force, jumping back in. Kyrie with the shadow kill. This guy flickers forward to gun CW down. Getting a trade for himself.
I mean, if you're going to die anyways, might as well take someone with you because, again, it's just 2 minutes. And within these 2 minutes, not a lot of fights is probably going to go on for him. So I feel like it is worth it because you just want some more items on yourself. You got to find a way to get gold.
But at the same time, Skylar did end up burning that flicker, right? That gotta be a signal, because all the pro team to keep track of your flicker timer. That means like within the 2 minutes, Hayabusa can easily come top again and find another kill potentially. But here, 8 seconds into the turtle, Keyboy already just being Keyboy on the Hilda.
He's got to be very careful though up against Vin. He knows his timers really well. He knows that Vin doesn't have the Divine Judgment just yet, so he is able to actually go in like that. Now, you can see the setup being provided by RRQ as Boots tries to really start to nullify this setup. R7 with a knockout strike earlier on, taking 1 HP bar from Boots, but he gets it back. Sans and Keyboy opening up the map. Sans in the mid lane. Oh, it's gonna be Vin who jumps in. Divine Judgment finding Sans, and Albert picks up the kill. Now it's gonna be Retribution, and Kyrie steals it away. Has the quad shadow again. Keyboy in the midst of it all now against Clay is gonna be caught down. RRQ trading 2 kills in for a turtle. But R7, he's going to be caught near all alone. Boots and Kyrie, the single target damage is going to be enough to take him down. Kyrie with a very on-point quad shadow to read that movement out. Doesn't stop there though. CW wants to jump in, but it's a Savant Force again. No Divine Judgment, he steals the purple buff. And it's absolutely worth it now for Onic Esports.
Oh, it's definitely worth it because, again, looking at the gold itself, 1.7, but the pressure that they're putting, this is good. Boots is all alone. He's pushing. Right now, Onic, they're dictating the lanes. They're dictating the river. So they are controlling the match. RRQ, they got to respond. Right now, Vin, as the Kaja, it's your job. How do you engage? How are you going to proceed with the fights? Or are they just going to wait it out, make sure Skylar has like, what, 3 items, and then decide to go in?
See both. Oh, here we go.
Gonna be caught down. That's a lot of ultimate burn down. CW wants to dash forward. Not sure about that one.
Kyrie.
But he is forced to back off. Kyrie now, knowing there's no Divine Judgment, might want to go for something more, but he decides to go for the wiser option, backing up.
But I feel like both teams have late game insurance, right? You have Masha, by the way, Masha and Paquito, both a little bit off-meta characters, but both can be scary late game once they get those core items. Especially Masha, build full tank, one-shotting Skylar if he finds the opportunity. You know, you have to time the Wind of Nature perfectly, and it's usually pretty hard. With that being said, Onyx ranked first in unique hero use with 34 characters.
Wow.
I mean, that's something, and one of those characters is the Lunox. Looking at the game right now, RRQ, it does seem like they want to pressure the goal lane. They want to make sure that they get some structures for themselves so that not only do they get goal, but they also need map pressure, because the thing about Akaja is you're the more scariest when no one sees you, and the way that you make sure no one sees you is less turrets, more bushes. So for now, RRQ, they need to set the map in their own favor.
But it's also really hard, right? Because, I mean, Hilda's always on your face. Now, how do you stay hidden? Oh, here we go.
Vin for Divine Judgment on the CW. Keyboy's going to be caught in the real world inflation as well. Alfred knocks him up, picking up that kill with the Appraiser's Wrath still intact. He did not use that Appraiser's Wrath. Onic Esports still desperately trying to save this tier 1 turn from going down. Boots going to be shredded down, but it's going to be Kyrie jumping in onto R7 for the Quad Shadow. Jumping back out. That cannon in the mid lane is going to be taken down here as Onic Esports are able to disengage, but that 2,000 gold lead is slowly but surely disappearing.
They feel like Onyx getting this objective, but at what cost, right? Every time they get a turtle, they lose 3 kills. And this time, not only they lose 3 kills, they also lose a lot of HP in the mid-tier 1 tower as one of the most important objectives on the map.
Hey, they lose it because of Vin, because we talked about it. Vin, he has to engage because everyone else, you got that, that's cool. Kyrie is looking at Clay and he thinks you're cool.
Oh, that's a shadow kill over to Clay. The RNG favors him, but Clay gets out. No flicker burnt. That was really crazy. A good move by Clay, though, saving his resources.
And also interesting, Kyrie was saving the Retribution there. You know, you could have used the Flame Retribution to get a lot more damage in. And also, like, because if you don't land a skill 1 Hayabusa, sometimes the shadow kill itself doesn't do that much. Even you can see even on Clay. And if you see Clay also built some tanky item, the tanky boots, in the early game, I think this is helping him survive a lot.
Yeah, looking at the items as well, looking at the Harif already having the Calamity Reaper is already very, very strong. So I kind of feel like if he wants to go for more damage, he's just going for the Holy Crystal, and Kyrie just poking people out. Speaking of items, looking at Matrix, just by having this Blade of Despair is already a huge power spike.
He's already building towards the Hunter Strike, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe even the Haas Claws here early on.
Oh,
That's
there
going
we
to be Kyrie looking for Vin.
Oh!
That's a very good engage by Kyrie, but it's a very good disengage from the side of RRQ. Onic Esports now collapsing on Albert, but his time connects there on the back line. CW's going to be got down. Skylar is massive as he picks up a triple kill to push Onic Esports back.
Dude, with just a little bit of penetration with the Fury Hammer, the Blade of Despair, right now RRQ, they have a very beefy front line. They're just pushing everyone away. Don't touch my Skylar. This is my boy, and my boy gonna take down your boy.
True, and when you gotta be really, really appreciative of the reflection time, right? I mean, he was holding the Divine Judgment until Haya jumped in. I was like, okay, this guy's gonna miss it because Hilda jumped in with the ultimate, the power of wilderness. He's gonna get it. There was wombo combo, but nope. Look at this beautiful Divine Judgment getting Kyrie, and that is like a split-second decision or action there.
Yeah, look at this instant replay. Look at Skylar's positioning, and look at Onic. They're not focusing him at all. He's free hitting all the way through. 9 minutes in right now. They start the Lord, and Vin
Again with the Divine Judgment Flicker combo. He finds a pivotal member for this Lord dance. Kyrie gets out, they concede the Lord, and RRQ takes the lead.
Dude, right now, like I said, RRQ, they've evolved. They've seen the meta. They've understand the meta. And right now, Vin, 0, 1, and 9. An absolute problem for Onic. Not to mention as well, Clay, 1, 0, and 8. He's slowing everyone down. And now, Onic, they're in the back foot. 2,000 goalie for RRQ.
And also, I gotta say that, you know, RRQ definitely figured out how to play against Onic, Kyrie, Assassin, right? I mean, they have the Hayabusa. We've seen what Hayabusa can do, but somehow I feel like Kyrie in this game is not being close as effective as when Onic was playing against Echo.
And now, if you take a look at the items too, right? The Harith is severely underfarmed compared to Skylar LaFell.
Yeah, and you really don't want that to happen, especially with the Lord coming in. This is just an elemental Lord, so Onic should be able to do it, but Vin pushes someone in.
Boots already with Thunderclap onto Skylar, who's still going to be able to dash out. Kyrie now onto the back lines. Clay's going to be taken low, but he has to flicker to get out. Vin with Divine Judgment, buying a little bit more time onto Kyrie. As that's going to be the shadow kill, taking him down. Albert down. Boots in the midst of it all now against R7. Clay pops in the real world relation. Boots going to be able to actually jump in, but that's going to be Skylar who actually takes Kyrie down. As well! Skylar's a monster in this game. He does not miss. He even reads out that Keyboy is in the bush, but he doesn't find it just yet. Keyboy now hunting Clay down. Actually goes on to Skylar, but Skylar is godlike. You can try to deal damage to the man, but he will not fall.
Excuse me, that's a tank. I would be fine if it did that to CW. But that's Keyboy. He's a tank. Right now it's 1, 5, and 2. But all hope is not lost because there is a good sign coming in from Onic, because in that team fight, CW finally finishes his Holy Crystal. The damage now is going to be real for Onic.
You know, just now, before the game started, we're talking about win condition, the key to victory for Onic is shut down Skylar, right? I mean, we talk about how good Skylar usually positioned himself. Last team fight, you saw a perfect display of that, you know? This guy, you had a Hilda chasing him, you had Hayabusa chasing him with the Quad Shadow, and somehow he gets away safely and turn it all around and solo killed Kyrie after Kyrie used the ultimate.
Skylar is feeling it. He's in the flow state right now. Maybe it's because he's up against the Sky King,
so,
and he's Skylar.
Exactly. The atas
Langit.
Sky King, ada Skylar.
Oh,
here we go.
Let's see if that's true here. So far in game one, it seems like it is, right?
Yeah, look at items right now, LaFell. I mean, why don't you go ahead and break it down for us?
Here's the thing. Looking at Skylar, he hasn't built his Wind of Nature yet. Once he has that online, it's going to be more and more difficult for Kyrie to do something about this Matrix. He just completed it.
Yeah.
Kyrie just completed the Blade of Despair, but it's not Kyrie's job now. It's got to be CW. So Onic, they got to make sure CW is able to dish out the damage safely, because the Wind of Nature will not do anything against the Harith.
True, and also, like, it's going to be really hard for Harith to get the job done. I mean, at this point, if Harith jumps in, if CW jumps in, it only takes a, what, like 2 auto attack from Skylar to completely eliminate him? Speaking of that, here comes the Lord, and RRQ once again takes the lead on the Lord.
It's free. Onic Esports have no way to really contest for this, but the concealed play is going to come down here. Keyboy decides to go away. Better choice, honestly, looking after RRQ has taken that Lord, they didn't really even spend any resources, so not a good fight to take if you're Onic.
Again, right now, Onic, they got to set the map in their own favor. But looking at R7, he's checking every single bush. He's making sure no one can flank Skylar. Because look at this, he's getting caught.
Keyboy has to get away here. Kyrie jumps in. No Divine Judgment will mean that he is going to be a bit freer when it comes to those engages. But with one basic attack, Kyrie was taken down that much.
Yes. You know, I was actually surprised that Skylar didn't Q-shot Boots at this point. Because like this guy almost full build. At this point, he's a fight decider. And speaking of fight decider on top side, R7, looking to do something here.
This Paquito pick is going really good for RRQ now, as R7 is going to be able to actually zone the other members away. Lord marching down, getting the turret very low. Boots now in the midst of it all. Flanking around, going out to Clay, but will be caught in the Divine Judgment now. Skylar fronts him back, Thunderclap over to R7. The real world relation is going to be able to zone sounds away. That's going to be Boots in the midst of it all again. Going to be shredded down. Kyrie jumping in with the quad shadow. Praises grabs on the sounds, but he's still able to survive. Skylar is still alive. He guns them down again. And RRQ wins the front to back.
Looking at the team fight, Kyrie was waiting. And the thing is, Skylar did use his Wind of Nature, but he's like, I didn't get my shadow onto Skylar. So it's like, you know what? Clay is Clay. I'm going to take down Clay. But even Kyrie at that moment is like, I'm brave, but I'm not that brave.
Yeah, you can take. You want to take what you can get. Speaking of that, here we go, mid lane.
The Thunderclap doesn't do enough damage. Skylar's going to be able to sustain back up. Then jumps over the Divine Judgment, finding stuns! And Albert jumps in as well. Kyrie looking for R7, but he's going to be able to get the knockout strike down. Nice! Kyrie goes in for shadow kill. R7's going to be taken down. Kyrie was he takes Skylar down. He takes another. Finn now going to fall. His immortality's been popped out. And Kyrie picks up a triple. He wants to go for Albert right now. He jumps over quad shadow once again. Albert versus the world. Clay jumping in once again to help his jungler out. But RRQ decides to back off.
This is why he's called this guy King. For you to be a king, you don't bow down to anyone else. I dare to say right now, if he's not the best Hayabusa player, I'm just going to say he's the best player overall. This guy's mechanics is out of this world.
I mean, Miracle, using your words, I think Kyrie's, this Hayabusa is a pretty local home. I mean, like,
He is local.
He's so good on Hayabusa. And just now, baiting out the Wind of Nature, knowing that he doesn't have it, he jumped in with his Shadow Kill to find the kill. Was really good.
And what makes it crazier is the fact that he has no defensive items, dude. He's going full offense mode. He knows he's the best Haya player. He knows that he needs to make the plays happen for his team.
Like Leo said, you need to know the rules for you to break the rules. If people say, Hayabusa late game is not going to be a factor. Nope, never mind. Kyrie, all of a sudden, just in a few minutes, he completed 2 items. And now the Lord is set up. This is 16 minutes. This is going to be a very tanky Lord. Onic, will they be able to contest this one?
Okay, RRQ spotting Boots. Skylar moving back. Boots going to be zoned away. Lord Dance completed by RRQ with a reset here as R7 goes back to the mid lane. In the bottom lane as well, you can see the setup already by Onic Esports. They're trying to find just an opening here to find a good flank.
You can see RRQ is very, very disciplined, right? They saw Boost in the flanking position, about to reach Skylar. Like, okay, we gotta stop this Lord because we're not in a good position here.
But
and
look
that just shows the quality of the top tier team. Here we go.
I don't know about this. Boots is all alone. RRQ have read it perfectly. Divine Judgment to lock him down. Boots now running away. Baiting out the Divine Judgment is C-Boy now. Looking for the flanks with CW. R7 is going to be in that bush. Albert jumps in, knocking CW up. CW is going to be careful here as he pops into the Bond Force. Sans still dealing damage. Kyrie jumps in with the Shadow Kill. Finn's going to be falling down. Unstoppable picked up. R7's going to fall as well, but he flickers out to safety. Sans with the Winner's Truncheon doesn't have the black shoes anymore. Sans will be taken out. It's a 1-for-1. The roamer for the mid laner.
Right now again. Look at Keyboy. Keyboy finds Skylar. Skylar's all alone. Even Keyboy's doing a lot of damage.
Not as much as Skylar, though. He's here to come and play. And Albert picks up the kill onto Keyboy.
The Has Claw at the full effect, right? One SMG auto attack, you're back to full HP effectively. I mean, that's something that you just have to be worried about. Speaking of mid lane.
Zaman Force popped in, gonna be able to dash around. Now onto Clay! CW! Now it's the double kill, but Skylar says no. I'm the better gold lane in this match, in this game.
Yo, right now, Skylar, he's walking around and he's collecting kills left and right. Boots, Kyrie, you're going up against Skylar. Can you guys do anything? Look at Kyrie, look at Kyrie.
Oh, look at the damage coming through. Boots gonna be taken down with nature. There is Skylar, Kyrie! Does he do it? He does not! Albert secures it. Skylar will be able to eliminate the Onic members.
Oh my god, what a play. At least a attempt from Onic to try to get a Lord and also try to kill Sky. Beautiful timing on the Wind of Nature there to keep himself from harm's way. And at the same time, secure the Lord for the side of RRQ.
Looking at the items, CW should be strong, but the damage coming in from this Beatrix is not fair. It's like, we gotta change Beatrix over and over and over again, but still somehow Beatrix is like, yo, look at that shot. Look at that sniper shot. Keyboy going up against R7, trying to survive, but the Lord is marching mid. This game looks like it's all RRQ.
Oh man,
Lord.
With the enhanced Lord here, Kyrie still respawning. No purple buff for him. Boots now gonna try his best to actually act as front line with the thunderclap now. It's gonna be Kyrie taunted down, taken out by Skylar. CW with the Zama on force, not gonna be able to find anything as Vin jumps over to Divine Judgment, finding CW. It's a double kill for Skylar. It's a triple kill for Skylar here as it takes Keyboy down, and they secure game number 1 in the Royal Derby.
Oh my god.
RRQ, man. Skylar ending the game 17-7.
Wow.
KDA